EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight we start Week 11 of the NFL season with a good one on tap, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday night prime time. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Ready?
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
36 line.
Tag! 70 Lions. Ready?
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down.
Here we go, here we go. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Looking to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Falcons at 500, sitting at 5-5. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Hey. Go.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. Past the 20. 5, touchdown, Falcons. Bijan Robinson with career touchdown number 145, tying in with Marcus Allen for 6th on the all-time list. And the Falcons put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Moody good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Looking to put a drive together. On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. This defense for the Falcons, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. You talk about this Falcon defense. They are the 22nd ranked unit against the run in the NFL.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Well, that's a nice job right there. He's looking downfield, but with no one open, he takes off and tries to run for it. He gets to the sidelines and gets out of bounds with a first down.
On the ground, it's Ollie Gordon. And a good burst there right from the start as he'll get this one out near the 35. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Next, the receivers don't spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And he gets it down to the 32. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
This is 2nd and 8. Jackson now. They set up the screen. Achane has it. And he is going to lose yardage here. All told, it's a loss of 8 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Now he's free to midfield. How about this? Racing to the end zone. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Come ready. Come on.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a first down coming up.
Ready? 70 Lions. Panther 11. Panther 11.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 62 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he's going to be touchdown, but he's got the first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This one into the hands of Pitts. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Touchdown, Falcons! A great effort there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Falcons have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. Very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think
there he goes left side. Touchdown. Devon Achane, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
At their own 35-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. He'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll be brought down just shy of 45. Given 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
They'll run this one right with Robinson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Ready?
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Kenneth Grant gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17.
19 sight. Cougar 19. Mustang 19.
They'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. A 2nd and 11 from the 19. To throw is Jackson.
This one thrown underneath to Achane.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
And the Dolphins first down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Look at the big man rumble. Inside the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A big play there. 69 yards.
And the Dolphins are an extra point away from drawing level.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own
Ready.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Get it. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Ready.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
On the ready.
2nd and 9.
Ready. 69. Franco 80.
Back to throw here.
Well, that's going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
60. 2. 19, 18. Go.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
19.
He'll drop to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Falcons have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Now Moody for the PAT.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
He's going to air one out. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 37. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
2nd and 10. Now Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And that is incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position.
Ready.
Robinson up the middle. Powerful running. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 97 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
But that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Ready. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Ready, right?
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football in the places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
Here's 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And it's caught inside the 5. And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point try now for Moody. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it, sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Jackson going to keep it. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great effort there. 60 yards. And the Dolphins have cut it back within a score. Or as he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter, despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. And we'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. And he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Check. Let's go now. Ready.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack, going to stop him short of the first.
From this vantage point, they've got the lead here. So for me, that'd be enough to go ahead and punt the football and let my defense defend the long field.
If you go for it, you don't get it, then you really put your defense in a tight spot.
Yeah, but we never know what people ultimately will decide to do here on 4th and inches.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Right back to Achane on second down. They can't get him down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 120 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
A gain of 14 yards. First down, Miami.
Now it's Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the fourth. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And they'll go with the ground attack here. 20, 5, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Extra point attempt here still to come. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. Boy, what a start to the week this has been. All tied fourth quarter as it kicks away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And Pitts is going to pick up a Falcons first down as he'll take this up close to midfield.
Here we go, here we go.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. They'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Second and 5. Here's a screen for Robinson. Down the sideline he goes. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. 36 yards on the play. That last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000's a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays hot.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Falcons answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Now Moody for the PAT. It's up and good, and they jump back ahead, 35-28.
Makes the score Falcons 35, Dolphins 28.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. And he'll have the Dolphins first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. From the gun, it's Jackson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Dolphins are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Boy, what a start to the week this has been. All tied fourth quarter as the kick's away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain of 32 that time. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
They love to try to take advantage of his height, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to run it back and try it again, maybe with a little less mustard on the throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Falcons, first down.
70.
First down and goal to go.
Ready.
Robinson.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Robinson again. Trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line.
A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd.
Throw left side. There's London.
Touchdown!
Drake London.
From a yard out.
And the Falcons have broken our tie and have taken a fourth quarter lead. Moody good with the extra point.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Like the design that we're seeing right there, this is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
A run straight ahead with Achane.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's going to let it fly.
Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get high.
And that's incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Hey, report. Chill up.
Here we go. It's Jackson on fourth down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Brandon's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone's going to be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Here's Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. 2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Now Jackson. Man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get this down to the 10. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. This is 1st and 10. Jackson to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
But they certainly not shied away from throwing the football as they've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, but that last one earning them a new set of downs.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event,
and his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it. Go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Want to win it right now. Have the momentum. Go ahead and get it done.
And now they're going to go for 2 and a possible win as this crowd rises to make things difficult. One last shot for Jackson. And it is caught. They got the 2 points, and with it, they've taken the lead.
42.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35.
Let's go now.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That was a long shot, but they did get one final chance to try to score and overcome this small deficit. No touchdown, though, Charles. And that brings this one to a close.
Yeah, I think hope was wearing one jersey and worry was wearing another on the other sideline as that final snap played out. Now, we've seen some incredible plays to win games before, but in this case, I think the distance was just a little bit too great for it to happen here.
So for Miami, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.